I'm saying this as a warning, okay? That is how, I mean, look at Elon Musk. He's already actively working to ruin European countries and actively involving himself in European political affairs as well. And it already has been happening through the same exact capitalist interests, undermining the regulatory agencies in perpetuity. That's it. The EU is just America on a 10-year delay. Did you even unpack yet, bruh? No.
Agencies are being targeted, including the intelligence community. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott tracking it all from the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning. And millions of federal employees have just hours to respond to their buyout offers. They are faced with a choice whether to resign now or run the risk of being fired. The deadline tonight. It's decision day for millions of federal employees. At least 40,000 already taking the buyout offer to resign now with several months of pay. And this morning, many intelligence workers faced with that same deadline too, to quit now or possibly be laid off in the future. To comply with the review, the IA emailed a list.
Yeah, accurate weather forecasting could be said to benefit the economy by at least billions, not trillions. Yeah, and also accurate weather forecasting that you see and consume as a regular citizen is only the tip of the iceberg, okay? That the NOAA offers. Like, this is massively consequential, okay? Your weather app on your phone would not work if it wasn't for the weather service that the government offers, the government provides. Every part of commerce relies on this, okay? Flight in its entirety relies on this. So the idea that we're cutting this, or rather even more nefarious than simply cutting it, okay? Cutting it and then privatizing this service, because that's what I think they want to do. They want to turn the NOAA into like a SpaceX style service provider and have one guy make trillions of dollars to offer this service that is currently being given to everybody that the federal government provides. They want to take it and privatize it. They want one guy to own it. Do you know how much money you could make if you are the guy tasked with figuring out what the fuck's going on with the weather and the government is not offering this as a service? The opportunities are endless. The opportunities for profit are endless, okay? Sorry, your subscription for tornado warnings ran out. So, unfortunately, your pilots are going to be flying blind today, okay? We have paywalled the weather service. So we can't track what's going to happen. Who knows? I work as a grid operator and we rely on NOAA publicly available data to keep the power on. Yeah, every aspect of this, every aspect of commerce, every aspect of industry utilizes the NOAA's National Weather Service. Okay? I don't know how to explain to you how important this is. Like, it's insane. And it's not just like climate change research or woke stuff. I'm talking directly one of the invisible ways in which the federal government is making your lives better. Okay? It's crazy to try and ruin the service and then sell it off to someone who will be able to paywall it. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, Adam Conover did an Obama-produced show on Netflix called The G Word. And I think it's a really good show overall that touches on exactly what I'm talking about. The invisible ways in which the federal government works and these agencies work that we rely on in our day-to-day experiences. It's a thankless job in general, okay?
List of new employees to the White House.
Anyway, the U.S. intelligence workers getting buyout offers, except a judge put a pause on this, so don't worry. As a federal work in a science agency, government data has multiple quality controls to ensure accuracy and safety on data usage. Yeah, there's also the shittier product that will be available if privatized. There's that too.
Over a non-classified system. That list included the first names and last initial of employees hired in the last 2 years. But now it has prompted fear and concern that those intelligence officers could be at risk.
We go to great lengths to protect the cover for CIA officers. And if all of that can be destroyed.
I'm a DACA recipient, have studied and worked hard and contributed to the economy, never associated with crime and gang. In your opinion, should I be deported? The hell? No, dude. What are you talking about? How does someone find my Twitch account and not know, like, this is the most basic thing? No. I'm a massive advocate for immigration in general. Like, DACA is, again, the tip of the iceberg, a profoundly popular program, and is still endlessly restricted for no reason. I'm not even talking about DACA, though. I think the overwhelming majority of undocumented migrants that have been working on U.S. soil for the past decade plus should immediately be offered amnesty. Like, DACA? What do you mean? That's yesterday. You asked me what to do with DACA. It's like, yeah, citizenship now.
And with the president.
The two of them, with a great team around them, were going to look at the receipts of this federal government and ensure it's accountable to American taxpayers.
President Trump's push to shrink the federal government has prompted confusion, with some programs caught in the middle. Even though a judge blocked the president's freeze on federal grants, some Head Start programs providing daycare for low-income children are still shut out of payments nearly a week later.
These are the most vulnerable people in our society. These are low-income 3- and 4-year-olds that are just looking for an opportunity to be ready for school and hopefully have a chance for a better life.
And the Trump administration is facing a slew of legal challenges this morning. So yesterday we saw a federal judge block the president's executive order on birthright citizenship. Today, a different judge will weigh the future of these buyout offers that are being spread across the federal government. And then also we reported on the FBI turning over a list of agents who worked on January 6th related cases to the Department of Justice. Well, we do know that some of those FBI agents sued, saying that they are now being targeted by their own department. There is a hearing in that case today, George.
On that front as well, the Attorney General Pam Bondi at her confirmation hearing said she would not use her office to target Trump's political opponents. She appears to be going back on that promise.
Yeah, George, just hours after Pam Bondi was sworn in as Attorney General, she launched the Weaponization Working Group that is going to review what she calls politicized actions of people who have investigated President Donald Trump at both a state and also a federal level. But Democrats quick to point out that it was Bondi during her confirmation hearing saying that no one would be politically prosecuted simply because they are opponent of President Trump.
We are following breaking news. A judge has just paused tonight's
Boom. That was quick. Well, I guess it wasn't quick, but
midnight deadline for federal employees to decide whether to take President Trump's so-called buyout. The deal would mean that they quit their jobs and hope to be paid through September or risk. It's part of the Trump administration's aggressive push to shrink the government. And at the center of it all is Elon Musk. Over the past 3 weeks or so, we have watched the world's richest man threaten massive job cuts across several agencies, from the Treasury to the U.S. Agency for International Development and the CIA, just to name a few. Next, he could come swinging for the Department of Education and the Environmental Protection Agency, and we'll have more on that in a moment. First, though, let's turn to CNN's Jeff Zeleny, who is live for us at the White House. Jeff, walk us through the judge's decision. It's a big one, and are you hearing anything from the administration in response?
Well, Brianna, we were about 10 hours or so away from that midnight deadline where federal employees would have been able to accept this offer to essentially not return to work and be paid through September if they would not like to participate in the return to office program. But that is all now on hold. As you said, a federal judge in Massachusetts putting the deadline on hold pending oral arguments on Monday. So for now, at least, this is in suspension mode. This is what we've seen from several executive orders the president has signed. A judge steps in and puts a bit of a pause on this. So far, the White House has not reacted to this ruling. We are expected to hear from the president later. I'm sure he will have words to say on this. But at the heart of this is how some federal workers believe they're actually being respected or not in the case of this order. The White House press secretary just a short time ago had this to say about this offer.
We encourage federal workers in this city to accept the very generous offer. If they don't want to show up to the office, if they want to rip the American people off, then they're welcome to take this buyout, and we'll find highly competent individuals who want to fill these roles.
her words there, if they want to rip the American people off. Who she's talking about there is the federal workforce, from the CIA to the FBI to the FAA, actual people behind these offers. And just because people may be working from home or off-site does not mean, of course, that they're ripping people off. But if you look at some of these factors now that are going into this, an email was sent out overnight giving employees one more chance to sign up for all of this, and they're really trying to make the case here that it's good for them. But the 3 federal unions that brought this suit are arguing and have been instructing workers to be very careful about this buyout offer, because they say there are no guarantees at all for any of this. So for now, at least, Brianna, this is on hold until Monday, pending oral arguments. Again, no immediate comment from the White House. We've checked, and they've not gotten back to us. Brianna?
All right, we'll wait to see what they do say. Jeff Zeleny live for us at the White House. Thank you. Boris?
Federal employees at the EPA's Environmental Justice and Civil Rights Office have been told they could be put on leave in the coming days. They were told at an all-staff meeting the change would be part of President Trump's order ending all DEI initiatives. CNN's Renee Marsh is going to break this down for us. Renee, the Trump administration has already closed the EPA's DEI office. So what does the Environmental Justice Office do, and how many workers could be impacted?
Right, so this is an
Dude, we're literally never going to get free healthcare in this goddamn country. How about any healthcare? We're not even going to get like proper pandemic response. We're not even going to have food that is safe to consume. This is not me this is not me being hyperbolic at all. That is what these agencies are tasked with doing. Okay? Regulating drugs, like making sure that drugs are safe to consume so they don't kill you, that they actually do what they're tasked with doing, making sure that your water supply is clean. These are the things. These are the things that are going away, chat. EU perspective, you guys are fucked. Dude, everything that happens to us will always happen to you as well. This is something that I have warned my European chatters about quite a bit. What's going on here, it will inevitably happen there as well. Something that you guys have to understand. It doesn't just stay here. It's coming for you too. I'm not saying this as like, I'm not saying this to threaten you or anything like that, or to freak you out or to gloat or anything like that. I'm saying this as a warning, okay? That is how, look at Elon Musk. He's already actively working to ruin European countries and actively involving himself in European political affairs as well. And it already has been happening through the same exact capitalist interests, undermining the regulatory agencies in perpetuity. That's it. The EU is just America on a 10-year delay. They have their Trumps pop up everywhere now. Yeah. Aren't we just watching the first step of Project 2025? Yes. Yes. But as I've stated before, Project 2025 didn't happen overnight. It's been happening. It happened in the last Trump administration, and we're there already. And we're going to continue. Continue going down this trajectory.
Office, it's the Environmental Justice as well as the External Civil Rights Office. And these are individuals who are making sure that grants, policies are keeping in mind that there are certain communities that could be facing disproportionate impacts from things like climate change and pollution, and making sure that federal funding and programs are equitably distributed so that they can prepare themselves, make sustainability plans for their communities, as well as resilience for their communities. So that's at the heart of the work that they do there. But the Trump administration sees work like this as an extension of DEI. However, many of the employees I speak to don't view themselves as DEI employees. They actually see that this is work that's being done to make sure that all communities have access to the resources to protect themselves from things like pollution and climate change. So back to what we're learning, many of the staffers within this office and division of the EPA are literally on pins and needles, waiting to hear that they too would be put on paid administrative leave. And this comes after that meeting that you mentioned, in which they essentially said that we plan on enforcing.
Dude, stop using Twitter chat and HasanAbi is so funny. That's your takeaway from this process, is that like Elon Musk will undermine Elon Musk this way. Brother, sister, NBs. There is no decipherable, discernible, significant way that you can avoid products that billionaires purchase and own and control, okay? As long as Twitter is a primary source of communication for other journalists, I will continue using it, okay? That's it. It's not like the top of the hour ad break that you can avoid by subscribing for $6 or for free, okay? That's not how that works. Just kidding, I'm not running ad breaks. You got double debated. Now, I want to briefly show you guys the new glasses that I got in Japan. I got to put some optics in it. It's called Ivon. Japanese glasses are crazy. They go nutty mode. These don't have these are just the frames so far, but wait. Oh, this is one of them, and here's the other one. And then this is the other one. Fake glasses wearer, Pago. Yeah. And then this is the other one. Same but in tortoise shell. Tortoise. The brand is a Japanese brand called Ivon, which is funny because hayvan means animal in Turkish. And in Arabic too, I think. I gotta give these to my mom. And then I got another, I got some secondhand thrifted glasses too. Are they pricey? Yes. The Ivon ones were pricey. The thrifted ones were not. Your under eyes look a little puffy. You good, dog? No, obviously I'm not good. I just got off the plane from Japan and instantly started. Hey, Sean Raid. Sean the Black. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Hope all is well. We are watching the collapse of American society. Sean had his biggest stream today, 3K viewers. Let's go. Nice. Respect.
Forcing the president's directive through his executive order to dismantle programs like this. And so what does that mean? I mean, his executive order very clearly states that offices focused on environmental justice should be terminated. So employees got that word yesterday. Fast forward to today, I've not received any messages from anyone saying that they've been placed on leave, but they said that they are expecting that this will happen in the coming days. And of course, Boris, this is just one of many agencies in which we have seen this.
Yeah, apparently DOJ looking at every single agency across the U.S. government. Renee Marsh, thanks so much for the update. Brianna?
And with us now is Democratic Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury. She is the top Democrat on the Oversight Committee's DOJ subcommittee, which is a mouthful. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being with us. And you and a number of other Democrats showed up at Treasury a couple days ago after we had learned that Elon Musk's DOJ effort had gained access to their payment machine, which was a big deal. Was it, though, just a show of opposition? Were you able to achieve something?
Well, I think, first of all, we have to observe that even a federal court judge today agreed that Elon Musk is breaking the law. Whether that's trying to fire federal officials, they're freezing federal funds, they're stealing our data at Treasury. And so over 24 members of Congress in both the House and the Senate showed up. We requested access to...
Oh, you hate how it's called Doge? Yeah, me too. The fact that it's like such a juvenile... It's not even a juvenile. It's like a boomer joke. The fact that it's such a goddamn boomer joke that people are running with, it's like 9gag humor. I hate it. Reddit ass country. Honestly, even Reddit is turning on Elon Musk. So it's no longer, it's worse than that. It's worse than Reddit. It's 9gag shit. It's like iFunny memes. It's stuff that your boomer divorced parents share with one another for ha-has. It's so lame. It's a Twitter joke, which is the new Facebook joke. Like Doge is what? Peak 2014 comedy. Yeah.
Meet with the Secretary of...
I'm not going to leak the email, but I just got a nasty email saying, as per the executive orders, we have disabled the ability to display your pronouns in Teams and Outlook. We're so fuck law. Yeah, it's just like, it's dumb things like that they're doing just to prove a point, I guess. That's what they're doing. They're proving a point. They're targeting woke, which is gender pronouns.
The Treasury, and to discuss what's going on and to find out from both politicals and senior officials what data they have access to. When we got there, we met with the Secret Service who was guarding the area, and basically we were told that the politicals had been informed we were there, and they left us standing outside. And so there were probably thousands of people in the streets. The American people are marching in every major city right now, demanding that Elon Musk be held accountable. And so our responsibility as members of Congress is to show up, to conduct oversight. We were there to perform oversight over the Secretary and the DOJ team, and we were denied access. So that's why we were there.
And so you don't have this lever really of lawsuits because Democrats are not in control of Congress. But there are outside lawsuits, and as you mentioned, and we just covered, you're now seeing stuff move through the courts. It is a slower process, certainly, than the swift process that we see Elon Musk and his DOJ associates sweeping through the government with. So do you have confidence that the court system can respond in the manner and with the speed that it needs to in order to address concerns that you have?
I mean, right now, it's the tool that we have to stop them in their tracks. If you look at what happened last week, illegally, the White House froze funds for literally thousands of entities across the country. They tried to lock states out of the Medicaid system. And within 24 hours, we went to the courts, the state attorney generals went to the courts, and 2 different federal judges said, this is illegal. We're going to put a pause on this. We now have this with the federal employees. We now have this with the Treasury Department. The courts is the tool right now because Republicans control not only the House and the Senate, but the White House as well. And so, and you know, if you watch the Oversight Committee yesterday, they've completely abdicated any oversight on the Republican side of the aisle. In fact, when we tried to invite Elon Musk to come appear in front of the committee, they denied our request. And then we tried to subpoena him yesterday. And when we tried to hold
Champagne Cyclist, think of a 10-tier one, give the subs.
Them to account, all hell broke out in the committee because they have zero interest in performing oversight.
Well, part of the it didn't work out because that was a surprise move, right, to subpoena Elon Musk. But there were actually a couple Democrats who were critical to the effort who didn't show up. They missed the vote, insisting that they wanted to be there, but it was something that was organized pretty quickly. You told this to Kristen Welker in December. I want to listen to this.
Jon Stewart kind of touched on Trump's trade war, the war on DEI, and the myth of meritocracy.
Welcome. My name is Jon Stewart. We got a fantastic show for you tonight. We're going to do our program. Later on in the program, we're going to be talking to comedian, writer, director, auteur Mo Amer. That's coming up in a bit.
Unholy Biscuit, thank you for the 10 get the subs.
But first, if I could have just a moment of your time, let's talk about America's Lord and Savior, Donald Jehoshaphat Trump. They're not booing, they're saying Bruce for no apparent reason.
Is being lost. We're a failing nation. We are a nation in decline. We have to fight for our country, and we have to fight like we've never fought before. It's like we're a giant garbage can.
If anything, America is a recycling bin. Useless and made almost entirely of plastic. But that's it. We have to fight to save our country. And now, Daddy...